So here is my platform that I want to actually focus on. All right, so as you can see here, we've got indices, we've got commodities, we've got shares A up to Z, and then we also have currencies, as you can see down there. All right, so all these opportunities are there for me and you to be able to trade them. This is one thing I need you to understand, is that on these platforms you are able to trade when it comes to shares only. Remember, underline this: shares only. Okay, repeat after me: shares only. You can be able to trade even smaller time frames only on shares. Okay, so I mean, you can do 5 minutes, but I recommend 15 minutes at least in terms of time frames. So for instance, if you look at I think it was yesterday. You remember yesterday that we discussed the British American tobacco on a 15-minute time frame, and then we ended up concluding that we have what we called support and resistance as the market close around these levels. And then when the market opens today, it shoot down, like really down, to form these new levels. And then I think 2 hours later, shoot up again, as you can see. Hey, this big candlestick, that's really beautiful money there. Okay, so those are a few things that I actually need you to understand when it comes to this business. That the market is very volatile, more especially when it comes to what we call indices and currencies. But when we are trading shares, you can even be able to use a smaller time frames, and the smaller time frames are not that hectic as much, but bigger time frames are very slow when it comes to trading shares. So that is why I also recommend those two levels. If you understand them, then it becomes very much better and even more interesting. Okay, so now we have new levels of support and resistance. Good people, you will remind me other companies that we actually analyzed yesterday. But the opportunity today is you saw that the market broke this support and resistance, and then the market shoot down very nicely. All right, so those were just a few opportunities on British American tobacco 15-minute time frame. If you can, if those that can still remember, what other companies we touched on yesterday? I think it was Anglo. Anglo, I'm not sure which Anglo. So let's check this one quickly. And this was a yes. This was another opportunity. We actually analyzed on a 15-minute time frame, and the market, as you can see, open with a gap. So every time when the market is opening, it does this sort of gapping. All right. So on this platform, it's a 15-minute delayed, meaning that sometimes you can actually miss a little bit of volatility there. But what you can also have in this platform and manner is this is more of like an uptrend as well. So you may also keep it pushing up like this, and then at this level we have what we call the resistance level, as well as the support level right here. Okay, this is the support level. So I hope that is clear, and I hope you've done it as well, because it is indeed another opportunity appearing there. Okay, so other than Anglo-American, I'm trying to recall which one we also checked yesterday. Let's check out Aspen. Ever since Aspen was given the contract to actually produce this vaccine thing, the share has been like behaving um, very bullish. All right, so that's another analysis for these levels. And then tomorrow we will see as the market reopens. All right, so you can also, in this case, we can also do this. All right, no, I mean the companies in terms of Wall Street 30 and many others, that were indices, Sicily, where we were actually covering yesterday. But if ever we didn't cover companies, it's fine. We will analyze them today. Okay, so that's still fine. And yeah, this is Aspen. So these are the levels I have currently for Aspen. So if you hear the news, more especially even on the sense that I'm just making an example. For instance, when Aspen is actually producing vaccines on behalf of Johnson and Johnson, or I'm not sure, but that means more business for them, and more traders and investors will be interested in that particular company, and it will make that share to actually rise. And you can see that yesterday we had a support and resistance on these levels, and that's where the market opened and move up nicely, and then retrace a little bit up again, retrace a little bit up again. So here, the reason why I've drawn two parallel lines, we call it a channel. It's because it seems like it's moving back and forth. All right, so we will see tomorrow if ever it breaks this uptrend support as well as a support line, then we may have an opportunity to do what? An opportunity to sell, or if it breaks these resistance levels, we'll have an opportunity to buy. So that's another thing you must bear in mind. But you must note that you analyze the market properly, sit down, you don't have to rush, open one trade per time, go back to your notes, make sure that your candlestick patterns as well as your chart patterns are there with you as you are doing this, so that you will monitor it correctly. Okay, so and as well as just to familiarize yourself about the candlestick patterns, the chart patterns, the trend line, and everything else. All right, so let's check another company, the ASO Limited. Wow, here they are doing something, I don't know here. All right, obviously it was an uptrend from 12 May, but in this instance, I think we may have, in this instance, we may also have this support and resistance on this one. You can see is not much of volatility there. It's not much of volatility, but nevertheless, we can still identify a beautiful opportunities right there. Okay, so I hope it's clear and we are still together. All right, let's check another one. AP in Bev. Hey, yeah. Now this share is actually 940. Oh, yeah. 948 rand 58 is below 100 rand. Yeah, that's another opportunity even for investors to actually consider that. Now the share is below what we call is below 1,000. So that presents us with an opportunity to even invest. At the very same time, most of the time this share is always above 1,000 rand. So let's put our support and resistance. But from tomorrow and next week, I'm expecting to see this share bouncing back to above what? bouncing back to above the, okay, it doesn't allow me to put market orders, obviously, because the market is already closed. But if you can notice this, you can see that the opportunity is indeed available. Remember, we buy low and sell high. That is always the strategy. We buy low, we sell high. Don't you ever forget that. All the time and every time we buy low and we sell high. If you understand that, it's even very much better and really interesting. Okay, but this one I'm expecting it to climb back to above 1,000. So as you identify it around these levels, it will represent an opportunity for you, more especially next week. Today it opened with a gap from 1,015 rand 72 and then to drop down to 948 rand. Okay, so I also assume that even the price of SAP Zenzele Kabili, it might be less than 100 rand, but let me quickly double check. Remember, let me see share price and see. Oh, it's 100 rand. Okay, it's 100 rand. So I hope as this one is also dropping, we may also expect that same thing with this one may happen. Okay, let's continue. Obviously here, tomorrow, this must be the opportunity, that might be opportunity. Even if you are using the demo, you can also play and on those trade. All right, we also had a look at the BHP built-in, if you remember very well. And let's check out, okay, you remember yesterday on this BHP, what we did was this support and resistance. And when the market opened, it opened above, far above these levels. That gave you an opportunity. It's already above what? The resistance. It was an opportunity to do what? To buy, as it was also forming bullish candlestick. It continued from 481 to 485, depending on the percentage that you are using. If you are using a good and reasonable percentage, that can also give you like 100 rand or so in terms of your profit. Remember to refer back to those what we called risk management percentage, where I was actually teaching you that if ever a share costing 10 rand, this is the percentage you can use. Above 20 to 50, you can use this percentage. Above 50 to 100, this is the percentage you may use. Please don't forget to refer back to your notes. So that's what happened here, and the support and resistance in place, as you can see. Support and resistance, as well as candlestick patterns and chart patterns and trend lines, they always play a huge role every day. All right, so every day they always play a huge role that you need to understand all the time. All right, let's also check out Bidcorp. All right, what happened with Bidcorp? It is still a 15-minute time frame, and today it was just actually the share price move up a little bit, and then it came back to the opening. All right, so towards the closure of the JSE market, the share price was almost back to the opening price. So yeah, but that particular movement is also interesting. Let's check out Bidvest. You remember Bidvest, we had this big support and resistance. So we also have another one. So now this is now an old This one is now an old support and resistance. I mean a trend line. So I have to move it and then maybe bring it around here. Yeah, it's such an old one. Actually, let me delete it. And then we'll throw a new one that moves like here. Because the market is close at this level, yeah, we'll put it like this. It's still fine. And then do we have anything that looks like head and shoulders? Not convincingly, but that's how we analyze our thing. All right. So if you check here, I vum kahle. And if ever I vum kahle, good people, we don't force it. Asiyiphoqi head and shoulders mayingekho. All right. I'm not convinced. Understand? Angisebenzi nge-almost. Angisebenzi nge-almost look like. No. It must actually be it or not. Okay. So now I think it is getting interesting as we are analyzing proper like this. So as you suggested that if ever we can also do such sessions when the market is open, I may as well prefer the mornings because that's where a whole lot of things and the reports are happening. From 8:30, 9, 10, 11, that's where news are released. More especially when there are meetings and speeches, shareholders meetings, board meetings. Those are the round times where news are actually released. You know the news. News are only new in the morning. So the news that are actually breaking news in the afternoon, nothing as much as surprising as those that are actually taking place in the morning. Okay, so please do remember that all the time. Okay, so if you still remember and understand that, it's even very much better and interesting. All right, so let's have a look to another one and see what is actually taking place around these levels. Okay, so let's check this out. Oh, 1 second. Okay, I think I have a question here. All right, Coach, I'm eagerly waiting for that one to go down. Yeah, the true value of the SAPs and the liability is around 60 rand, 48 rand to 60 rand. That is the true value according to calculations. But we will see as time goes on what actually happened. Okay, so we will observe and see. Can we also use the analysis that is done in this platform for long-term investment, e.g. shares in easy equities? Yes, it's the same market. Just that here we are trading it as it goes up and down. On the easy equity, we are investing for a longer term. For instance, I was making an example with the AP in BEV is now less than 100 rand. I mean, less than 1,000 rand. That's the an opportunity where we buy. Remember, we buy low and sell high. So those are the few opportunities that we always need to understand and take care of. All right. So I hope that is clear and straightforward. So the CFDs, they actually give you a beautiful platform to even be able to analyze the shares for investments in a long term. Okay, and that's one of the few things. Even though you need to also understand that sometimes on an easy equity investment platform, a share can go down not because of the management issue, but because of traders that are actually shorting it. You know, in New York, in Wall Street, and if you check, I'm also on this group, Reddit. It's a social Reddit, the different groups on Reddit. And then there's this group that is Wall Street Bets. All right. So it's young, it's a young people, more especially based in America and UK on those groups. What they normally do, okay, so since all the trades that are being taken by other asset managers and investment companies, they must report them on this Wall Street Sense, Wall Street News. I mean, yeah, that is a stock exchange news services. On the JSE, that is going to start now, but overseas, every trade is transparent, just like on the crypto stuff. So these traders, when they see maybe a certain company buying a certain equity or a share for like maybe let's say 100 million, they see that there's 100 million that has been injected by this company trading this share. All right. And then these traders on the Reddit, they all group up and say, let us go against that company. All right. Because of numbers, they end up actually knocking out that 100 million from that company. Okay. So that is why now a new generation of traders, what they normally do, they do not trade in isolation. They discuss trades on social media as a big platform. Just imagine 100,000 people saying, all of us at this time, let's go and short this company because there's this particular asset management company that has bought or brought about 100 million share. So if ever we can push it down and then they hit their stop losses, we make that money. All right. So obviously everyone benefit. It's not a proper way to trade, but what they do, they actually discuss and see and observe which other companies are actually pumping more money. And on the other instance, what they do, they actually discuss and look for those companies that are undervalued. All right. Those companies that have lost some value. For instance, Virgin Group was actually so down in such a way that financially they were struggling. They were actually applying for business rescue. All right, they were applying for business rescue, and in that instance, traders decided that let's buy that company because it's very much discounted. And then they bought that company, and then it came back to life. All right, so it came back to life, and that's what will actually happen as more and more people are actually absorbing the market and the shares and the JSE and so forth. All right, it's just that in South Africa, a whole lot of people are not exposed to trading. A whole lot of people are not exposed to buying shares or investing. So that's a really big problem. And then even the media is not assisting. All right. So like if you do not know, you don't know. If you know, you know. That's how it works. Can you kindly analyze Bitcoin and Ethereum if you can? All right, we'll try to do that. That is not part of the session for today, but when time allows us, we will do that. But I do not encourage that you trade Bitcoin and Ethereum on the CFD platform. It's really hectic. All right. All I can encourage is that for now you focus on actually buying and owning the asset in terms of crypto, and then have it saved in your wallet or whatsoever. All right, because sometimes shorting these markets, like shorting a Bitcoin when it's going up, like it's very volatile. Okay, cryptocurrencies are very volatile. So like going against the trend of them, wow, can be very disaster. Okay, but nevertheless, we will do the same because it can also help you to know those targets and everything. Okay, so we'll come back to that when the time allows us. Let us continue with the business for the day. And then again, that one was a Bidvest. Let's move on and check other opportunities down there. You can see the likes of Harmony Gold, that is mining. And what you will need to understand about mining, when the price of gold is strong, all these companies, they tend to perform well, and they tend to be bullish most of the time. All right, so the gold and the mining companies, they always correlate with relevant resources or relevant commodities. So that's one of the few things you also need to note, because it's also to happen in that manner. All right, so I'm analyzing based on 15-minute time frame. You can even do 30 minutes or 1 hour. The choice is yours. All right, so that was a Harmony Gold. And then let's check out Mondi. Mondi share price. Oh, last time I checked, Mondi was around 100 something. Yeah, now it's 400. Yes. Yeah, that is growth. Okay, that is really growth. And Molotse, as you are asking this side, what I can also remind you is that if you look at what we call types of traders, because there are actually different types of traders that you need to understand. There's a day trader, that's the person who trades during the day. For instance, if you are a day trader, that means as the JSE opens, you are opening. As the JSE closes, then that's the end of your trading journey for that particular day. That's the day trader. And then we've got a scalper that is always doing like short-term trades, like 15 minutes, 1 hour. You open, you close, multiple trades per day. All right, so that one is a scalper. And then we have a swing trader. That is the kind of a person who can just take trades that can go like days or a week or above a week or two. That one is a swing trader. Okay, and then we've got long-term traders that they're like position traders. So they take long-term trades. You can take a trade in January and close it in December. So that's another way. Just like you are investing on platforms like EasyEquity, it's the same concept, even when you are approaching the trading, that I'm opening this trade for a long term because I've analyzed the movement of this company. It is giving you or showing you signs that it's gonna trend going up. So if you understand elements like that, it's even very much better and interesting. All right, so that's one of the few things that I encourage you check out every time and all the time. Okay, so I hope we are still together on that one. All right, so now that was a Mondi. Obvious Mondi was more like ranging around these levels, as you can see. Okay, yeah, around these levels, or I can push it up here, is still fine. And the new level of support around here. Okay, so that's what we may have. Maybe a short trend line there. It also acts as our trend line resistance. And then let's also check out a multi-choice. And these are opening of the market. These long candlesticks is opening of the market. Sometimes it open like shoot down, up and down. So that is why 9:15, when the market start to be active, always check it out. All right, that time always check it out, because there are movements that will actually benefit you around those times. So I'm really encouraging you that you do give yourself time. 9:15, Monday to Friday, some big movements are taking place, more especially the indices JSE indices, as well as shares, finance companies, the mining companies, commodities. The volatility is very much strong. Remember, the volatility is what we need actually, all right? Because it's the movement of the market. You need the market to be moving in order to ride on that particular wave of movement. That's where the money is, all right? So every day, 9:15, be there so that you may actually catch the next wave, if you understand what I mean. Okay, so, all right, Molotsi, let me check your question once more time. Coach, I understand that you indicated that every winning should be celebrated no matter the monetary value. But this ZA account icon, NAS went bullish when the market was closing around 3:30, as you suggested. Okay, 3:30, the market is also reopening from the break. All right, it's not closing. So what happens with the likes of Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, and everything in America? 2 according to South African time, 2 p.m. is actually 8 a.m. in America. So when it's 3:30, it's actually 9:30 to them. So the market reopens from a break. So you know when traders go to lunch, the market closes a little bit. When they come back, it also restart. All right, because in New York, traders actually sometimes they go to the floor. So if you can go to Google and say Wall Street in New York, inside New York trading floor, you will see many people inside. They are actually trading and shouting and doing all those sort of activity there. All right, so it's from the break. All right, so so the rand give you smaller yana money. So things did happen, but you were not very much happy about the returns. They were not that big, because of the rand value. All right, I understand. I want you to show you something today in terms of market reopening around those times, good people. Sometimes what we actually teach you and suggest, please do not forget to actually implement. So even though my platform is not opening proper, so today this was a quit account, the opening and the closing, the opening from the break of the nest. This one was in the morning. This was a Nasdaq 100. It gave me 10 quid. 10 quid is 500 rand. And then 3:30, this is 173 quid. That was the 3:30 one, the profit that I was able to make around those times. It was a 173. I'm not sure how much is it when we take it back to rands, but make sure that is actually 8,000. All right, plus 85, 173, 85 is more like 4,000, I think so. All right, so yeah, it's 4,100. So that's 12,000 or 13,000 that took place 3:30 that I was able to actually catch 3:30. All right. So yesterday 3:30 again on this volatility movement, because I'm trading big accounts. The quid is the biggest and the powerful currency in the world. Yesterday was like 25,000, even though my target per day is 45. But that 2 or 3 trades, they can actually give you wonders. You have to be busy with your things during the day, but when it comes to global indices, you must be there 9 o'clock in the morning. You must be there. You must catch that activity, analyze it properly, and do something. As well as 9:15 in South Africa, JSE, be there. And then 3:30 again, be there. and it closes around 11:30 or 10:30. Yeah, around 10 to 10:15. There's another big activity on the Nasdaq, as well as Dow Jones, as well as S&P 500. So if you understand those few things, even if you make 50 rand is fine. Remember that I set your targets must be at least 350 rand a day. That's fine. So that's a very beautiful feedback, Molotsi. A very much interesting. And when I'm showing you this, you don't have to be stressful. That's only so that I'm talking about 15,000, 25,000. No, no, no. I'm very much old in this game. When I just 100 rand a day. Ubambe nje lapho. All right. When it comes to this game, asibabontanga. Mina njenge-mentor yakho kufanele ngidle kakhulu. And you as a mentee, ubamba ama-350. All right. Yeah, uzinike i-grant yakho nje ukuthi mina le grant ngizoyiluta from stock market every day u-350 nje. That's all you can focus on for now. All right. And then allow the big guys to eat big from the market. I hope we are together on that one. Okay, so let's check out Nespass. Nespass open low today at around 2.77, but it tried to retaliate. Okay, so we'll check if ever, every time it opens low, it seems like it push up, it's pushing up by always. But all you do, proper analysis in place, then you can be able to work the market smooth and so perfectly. Okay, so I hope that is clear. And now I think this thing of bringing you here and monitor now and again may help some of you, because sometimes you do things that that you just second guess the market. You sometimes, if ever, we've been not very much communicating. I see some of you, they take trades as if they are doing super bets. They guess the markets. No, analysis. You implement and deploy the analysis. That's all you need to do every time and all the time, good people. Focus on analyzing the market proper. I am telling you, if ever you do this risk management properly in place, you are going to be rich. I'm telling you, you are going to be rich. You just need to believe in yourself, be serious about this business, because this is a personal business. All right. Those that are here working for government, they gave you 1% increment. Just imagine 1% increment, meaning that you must make sure that on a side, there's some business that you are doing that can actually accelerate you. There's one of my friends who was working for ABSA. I think he resigned. Those that stay in JPEG, they know Akona. He always attends our workshops. All right. He's my dear friend. And now, after he resigned less than 2 years ago, the guy is really making a killing in the market, following just those rules, the opening and closing. That's what I encouraging you that you do and follow, good people. There's money there. And I'm not hiding any secret. It's not secret. All right. Mina nje imfihlo angikwazi ukuyigcina bakithi nje, ungangitsheli imfihlo. Njengoba nginitshela nje abanye bathi these are the secrets. No, it's not a secret. We just have to declare and tell you. Sometimes when I talk about these things on SAPC radios, I just announce all these opportunities for our people. And then some people will complain that now I'm exposing everything to just anyone. All right, as if this must be known by just a few. I know they complain, so, but I will continue. Ngithi mina nje azikhale. All right, all the time senze njani? Senze le mali. Ayikho into ebaluleke njengaleyo. Okay, so that's financial independence. I want everyone in this mentorship to be so independent from the government. All right, whatsoever the government is saying or doing mustn't touch you. If ever the price of food is going up, you mustn't complain. All you need to do is to raise your levels of making money. That's all you need to do. All right. That's all you need to do. What? That's all you need to do. Okay. So That's one of the few things that I need you to understand. All right, so let's continue. Let's get going, good people. And I hope that was very much clear and straightforward. So when you are trading companies here, I very much encourage you that for a start and for stability, focus on those companies that are more stronger. All right, why do I mean by that? Those like not penny stocks, yeah, not penny stocks for now, because penny stocks, like, it can be 3 cent, next moment is now 2 cent, and it can be 2 cent, next moment is 1 cent. That's 50%. All right, so meaning that that 1 cent drop may actually mean 50%. So that is why when I analyze the blue chips, right? The top 40, the likes of top 40. So those are the big guns that you must focus on sometimes when it comes to trading these opportunities. All right. So I hope that is clear and straightforward. Okay. So before we even move towards a conclusion, let's also check this out. The market closed at this level. You said we must check Bitcoin. Okay, it's fine. Let's also check it out. All right. Remember, those that are also using Luno, Luno and Binance, I think even on Alcon Trader, you can also be able to trade it there as well. Now that one is a Bitcoin Cash. Wow! Even the Bitcoin Cash for 15-minute time frame. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Remember this. You have what? You have your support and actually, let me put it here, because I'm referring to this other line is referring to this 11, and then our support. Oh, and it was broken, and then the market shoot up. But the volatility here is so hectic in such a way that, hey, I do not want to actually encourage you to focus on trading these currencies, crypto, for now, until you have a stable account and expertise, and you are happy with your performance, and your learning is coming up right. All right. So yeah, because this market can be like really hectic. Okay, but for now, let's say you are having it like this. As you can see here. So this is a 15-minute time frame, and let me put it on 1 hour. And the strategies that I normally use when it comes to trading Bitcoin, sometimes I put it on 1 week. All right. Sometimes I put it on what? On 1 week. On really bigger time frames. On really bigger time frames. Why? So that I will absorb the volatility. I don't want to find myself like facing like I want to delete these lines. Actually, they are too much now. All right, really too much. But for a longer term, those who notice that the price of Bitcoin was once $63,000 at around $65. That was April. Okay, then it dropped down to 29. That was 18 July. It was a 29,000. So those that want to approach trading Bitcoin more like investing for a longer term, I propose that you focus on a bigger time frames like 1 week and 1 month to absorb the volatility. At least you'll have a candlestick that is not jumping up and down like it happens on a smaller time frames. And then make sure that you use a proper percentage. It mustn't be like big, just like on other opportunities. And make sure it's always a smaller percentage. In that way, you will actually be protecting yourself and protecting your account. Okay, so I hope that is still clear and straightforward, because the most important thing about trading is that you are also managing risk. Risk management is one of the critical aspects of trading. Risk management. Without proper risk management, you will really commit what I always call financial suicide. All right. So protecting yourself against yourself is very much important when it comes to trading. That's what I always advocate and encourage, that you always observe every day and all the times. Okay, so I hope that is clear and straightforward, good people. Okay, so if you do have any other questions, and before we move to any other questions, let's also check the Ethereum. Let's go to 1 day. All right, I think it's $2,300. At some point, you must remember this. By 2024, I think Ethereum will also be around around $4,500 to $5,000. And it's already back from $4,000, and I think it will be around $10,000 or so. Okay, I'm telling you. But the price of 100,000 in terms of rents in the next 24 months, it's one of the price that will be reached. Ethereum is more I will say is more better than the Bitcoin, because Ethereum is actually another open source software that other developers can also use to develop more programs on it. All right. So if you understand that, it's even very much better. Okay. So before we conclude, let's also check this out on Ethereum. Okay. Remember, all these apply. Can somebody tell me, what do we call this formation that I've just highlighted here? Can somebody answer and tell me, what do we call this analysis? It's a chart, a pattern. I need an answer. Double bottom. That's correct. That is the double bottom. And then on top there, I've just put what? The neckline, which is also the resistance in this case. And then again, here, what do we call this line that I'm putting here below? Remind me again. Simple. What do you call that line? And then the next thing, when you've got this, it may bounce back and forth, or it may break above that 2,300 levels. And then we can actually check it out and see how it actually unfolds tomorrow. Okay, yeah, that's support. So I hope that is a clear and straightforward. All right. All right. Don't we have other platforms that we can perhaps utilize to trade CFD that are not focused on ZAR? Malotsi, you are also on Forex. You can also you on Forex there is an S. There are some CFD. Just that companies that are on Forex are Wall Street companies, not JSE companies. All right. So some of those companies you never even heard about them. So here in South Africa, you can also the IG. The IG was another one, and there were no delays from the IG, but they are no longer opening accounts for new traders. I don't know why. I assume that they were milk too much last year, and they decided that these South African traders are actually milking the market. I don't know, but when you try to open a new account, CFD account with IG, it's not happening. All right, but please do try now and again. Maybe the window of opportunity will open, or maybe it's already open. I don't know. All right, so that's the big issue with IG, but it's a good platform as well, and many people have been utilizing it and winning big time. So I can also encourage you that you actually check it out. All right. So I hope we are still clear and understand the beautiful elements of those. I know it's already stressing you, Mulotsi, but just like I've said earlier on, ngininika ama-350 bambana ama-350 per day. But I will check with IG if ever they now allow new accounts. If they allow, I will really notify you so that you will utilize those opportunities. Lapho ngine-stress sika-350, usho muphi ku-350 lo kaRamaphosa noma lo kaSiboniso? Imuphi u-350? Zola ukhohle kusisendela i-video. Alright, i-video, ama-video lawo ama-mobile phone, as much as they are long, kwi-WhatsApp fanele ngiyisende ngama-30 ama-30 minutes uma izongena kwi-WhatsApp and so forth. I will try ekutheni for ama-CFD people, maybe siphinde sibe ne, what do you call that thing, Nontokozo? Siphinde sibe ne, what this thing, the same thing that like WhatsApp, Telegram. I'll also try ukuthi siyenze Telegram, so that lama video mobile mangiwenza abe 15-30 minutes uzoyithola iphelele. Manje mayisezijumbu ayisapheleli masiyithumela ku-WhatsApp. I-WhatsApp, it doesn't allow me to load the whole video. It's not like a Zoom whereby I can just send you a link, then you download it from the link. So we will try to do that to accommodate everyone. But those that reside around Durban, they can also pick them up from our Durban office. And then those that are in Gauteng, we had a problem ekutheni some of ama-couriers were looted. So ukusebenza kwawo this week was not actually proper, but they've started already. So we will try by all means ukuthi all the courier due to Johannesburg, will send it most probably next week or tomorrow if the opportunity allows, and then you will be able to contact Nontokozo for that collection. I hope that will be easier that way. Okay, so Nontokozo, she's based in our Johannesburg office in Braamfontein. Nontokozo, if you can actually give them the address. So if you can unmute yourself, if you are still there, give them there. It's a 222 Smith Street, and is it 222 Smith Street, Braamfontein, opposite
Hi.
train station. Yes.
Hi, so the address is 222 Smith Street in Braamfontein. Is the building enkulu next to area via a park station, just opposite the Gautrain, in front of area via.
All right. So
And
thank you so much.
0953.
Come again. You said you were mentioning the number, ne? 0053. That's all I had. All right. So Yes, 222 Smith Street, 0013, something like that. Okay. So other than that, yes. My numbers now wash. All
Yes,
right.
I've posted them on the chat. 0768100953.
Or that is
That's a
the
WhatsApp number.
for the office as well. There is also a landline, but please do make an appointment first. Do not just go. We work by appointment only, good people. All right. So you must always remember that the office number is 01000545573. That one is the office number for those that are in Gauteng. And then in Durban, the office number is 031 023. I forgot it. I'll post it when I remember it. 043 something. All right. So other than that, thank you so much. If there is no any other questions, keep trying, people. Just commit 30 minutes per day. Do your studies, your analysis. You will get better every time. Practice, practice, practice. That's the most important thing I always encourage. So other than that, thank you so much for joining us. Those that will be joining us in a millionaire hour tomorrow, 5 o'clock. And then if ever it's already full on Zoom, because we accommodate 100 on Zoom, and then you can also tune into Facebook Live, or you can also check out the YouTube, Sponsor TV. Other than that, thank you so much. God bless you and enjoy the rest of the evening. Good night.